Alright, so here we are. An official episode 21.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness,
I didn't number the last one. I just called it the summer break special.
It was totally a special. It wasn't a real episode. We are the ladies from the Northern Knit Podcasts. I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
We're coming to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, in the wonderful Osborne Village. And we're back!
Home of, 5 coffee shops, a juice bar, and... the vegan hippie market.
Is there something wrong with the vegan hippie market?
No, I'm just stating how hipster this neighborhood is.
Oh, it's completely hipster, and I love it.
No, two organic markets.
Yeah, no, right. There's the one right up by Confusion Corner, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've never been to, actually. I think there's another juice bar up there, too.
I think there's another juice bar up that way, too.
I should go over there sometime.
Oh, we also forgot things like there's the waffle tea house where you can get waffle sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good area of town. I like it. I like it a lot. So, this week, we're going to try to do a regular podcast. So if your first episode was last week, I'm sorry, it was a little jumbled, but it is what it is. This week, we're going to go back to our regular scheduled programming. And Diana, why don't you tell everybody what we're going to cover this week?
This week, we are going to cover What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, Fibre Flubs, Yarn on the Go, Spinning Yarns, So Little Time, Events, and a book review.
Woohoo! Back to the usual. I am once again winding a skein of yarn because I'm crazy.
You do seem to enjoy winding skeins of yarn while we record.
It's a really easy thing to do while we record that I can sort of talk and do at the same time. Because let's be honest, winding a skein of yarn does not need all of the mental capacities that you have available at your disposal. Or if it does, you really should go to bed. Yes. That is how that works. It requires every ounce of your mental power to wind a skein of yarn. It is bedtime. There's your PSA for the announcement. Jocelyn says if you're too tired to wind a skein of yarn, go to sleep. It's okay. It's not weakness.
So, Jocelyn, what is in your cup today?
I am drinking the Twinings Tea Goodnight blend. So, it is a chamomile and fennel infusion.
Ooh.
As we've been educated on tea recently, thanks to Gastropod, one of the bazillion podcasts I listen to.
One of the slightly less than bazillion podcasts I also listen to.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. I like my podcasts. I like audio podcasts. I like YouTube things. My life is listening and watching stuff. Just come to terms with that. But yeah, I'm drinking a cup of that after some wonderful experimental Tuesday dinner. Truly experimental Tuesday dinner.
Very experimental.
Everything was new. We'd never had it before.
It was even, vegetarian and stuff.
Oh yeah, there was no meat to be found on our table today, which is great. I love a good vegetarian meal, so.
I think aside from the cheese on the burgers, it was almost vegan, too.
Well,
there's probably, eggs and stuff in the pasta and the bread.
There would be eggs in the pasta. And in the bread, no, because a lot of the rise doughs don't have eggs.
Milk, though.
Oh, they would have
and
milk.
Butter.
You're right. Some of them do. A lot of my bread recipes don't.
Yeah.
Depends on the bread recipe, but yeah,
almost vegan.
Almost vegan.
Almost vegan.
My breakfast the other day was vegan. It was dang tasty. I had chocolate oatmeal with peanut butter. And blueberries.
That sounds lovely.
That
was that fancy email you were just... Oatmeal you were describing to me.
Yeah, it was a
fancy
oatmeal I was describing to you.
Emails and oatmeals are very different things.
I can't eat an email. I can eat oatmeal.
Well, I mean, you could print it out and, rip it up and eat that, I suppose.
That would not be tasty.
No.
No, I'm gonna go with eating oatmeal and reading emails.
Yeah, I would be very impressed. I would be less impressed if you could eat an email, but I'd be very impressed if you could read an oatmeal.
If I can read an oatmeal, I'm YouTubing it. This is just how that's gonna go, guys. Oh, somebody's showing off something. Motorcycle?
No, there's a grate that sticks up super high, and then trailers go over it.
Okay, and then they make sounds. Okay, that happens.
Yeah, they're not trying to be obnoxious. The road's just being obnoxious.
The road is being obnoxious, okay.
It's a bit of an obnoxious road.
Alright, Miss Diana, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Earl Grey Lavender.
Ooh, fancy.
Which sounds extra fancy, because there's lavender essential oil in addition to the bergamot essential oil.
just had to have fancy tea, didn't you?
Just had to have fancy tea. I mean, it's just a nice floral light tea, which is caffeinated, which is probably a stupid thing to be drinking at 9 o'clock at night, but whatever.
You're only young once?
YOLO.
Oh no. We had
I'm
a
gonna-
tattoo parlor named that for a while.
I'm such a rebel. I'm drinking tea at 9 o'clock at night. YOLO.
Talking about knitting. Not so much a rebel, Pumpkin.
We are on to woolly workings.
Woolly workings.
Which we have like 2.5 weeks of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I did a whole shawl.
I was too busy not sleeping to knit much, so I have my customary number of things to talk about, despite it having been twice as long.
I definitely tried to keep myself as busy as possible. But I did finish, and if you listen to the recap episode, you already know I finished the Bendy Arrow shawl. Excuse me. I did it with a summer silk from Barocco in white, and the poison colorway from Hedgehog Fibers, which is a red to black colorway, which we discovered has a bit of purpley going on in there.
It does.
So
Who's the designer of the pattern?
Oh,
If you know off the
who
top of your
designed
head.
the Bendy Arrow? Off the top of my head, I don't remember.
We'll link it in the show notes.
We'll
I
have-
know I have it in the show
Yeah,
notes.
it's definitely in the show notes. I'm bad for remembering designer names. I super apologize, because that was wonderful. I forgot that I'm a mirror knitter. So it's actually reverse.
Interesting.
So
you
if I
also
wanted...
reversed the dark and the light color too. So
I
you're,
did.
You're like a
Yep.
really reverse shawl.
I'm super reverse. I mean, it still looks amazing.
It super does.
Yeah, and I don't care the slightest, but I forgot that I'm a mirror knitter, so I literally...
Have a mirror image of the shawl.
A mirror image of the shawl is what's going on, so... Which is fine. It still looks good. I don't care. So I'm happy with it the way it is. So I did that. I worked on my customary number of all the things. So I will also toss in here right away the 365-day project continues. I'm doing it with the Red Heart yarns and the soft. I need to, now that the fall colors for yarn have come out, I need to go and buy more yarn for it, because my yarn box for the 365 is looking a little sad. Having said that, still haven't taken the photos, still haven't updated the Ravelry project. Let's be honest, guys, it's not going to happen until 2018. It's not going to happen. I can tell you what's going to happen. Nope. It's going to happen in the dead of winter in January, because I'm going to be like, I cannot put these together till I've taken photos of them, which will be when I'm going to be putting them together, so that's when it's honestly going to happen.
Feeling a whole lot of judgment from over there, because, yeah.
Nope. No.
Or maybe it's just perceived judgment.
Perceived judgment.
Okay, the judgment's in my head.
The judgment's in your head. I'm not
Okay.
judging you at all. It's a big project. It's a huge undertaking. I'm also not planning a wedding this year. I also didn't decide halfway through the year to sort of change my career goals in life. You have a lot on your plate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, a lot of my life is knitting and reading. So, not quite so complicated for me.
Can I just, trade a few days of my week with you, and then
Sure.
I'll knit and read all day, and you can run around and do stuff?
Yeah, I'll go wedding dress shopping for you.
Okay, cool.
I have no problems being your... We could go wedding dress shopping and I put the wedding dresses on and you can decide if you like them or not. It's not going to help you get a wedding dress. At all. But I don't find dress shopping stressful or difficult, so... I like buying clothes.
I just find it difficult trying to explain to people that I do not want to emphasize the chest area. It's quite emphasized enough all on its own. Really don't need any assistance there.
A lot of people don't understand that concept, my love.
Yeah, that's mostly why I find it so frustrating.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, I don't know, I show my girls all the time. I don't care. But not everybody's comfortable with it. I'm so close. For anybody who's hand-wound skeins of yarn, I'm having a difficult skein, guys. Having a difficult skein. You know what I'm talking about.
It's looking a little spaghetti over there.
I will win.
I believe you.
And the yarn will be in a ball. And then I will be knitting with it post-haste. But yes, I don't know how many other things you've been working on.
I have 3 things.
Okay, well, why don't you toss them tonight?
I will toss in the ever-present Belrose shawl. So that's the first Strickmit Club package.
And you got your email about the third one?
Yeah, I got the address confirmation for the third one. It's coming out soon.
I think I might have to do Strickmic next year just to see if I do it better than you. Then there'll be judgment.
I'm not going to do it next year because I'm bad at deadlines. I'm so bad at hobby deadlines. It just doesn't happen.
That's a thing.
Anyway, that is the Belrose by Martina Baim in Sheep en Soie in the club colorway Remembering Rose, which is a pinky rose color, exactly like you'd think it would look.
It's a country rose. Yeah, it's a country rose color. Anybody who's had a grandma anytime in the last 40 years knows what I'm talking about when I say it's that country rose that you found on all of like the wallpapers or the fake flowers, or it's appeared somewhere in your life, and at any point in your life you've been anywhere where there has been country themed anything. That pink has appeared, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or
it's pink.
It's just me and I've spent too much of my life in the country. One of the two has occurred. I'm not sure which.
Anyway, it's precisely the color you think of when someone says rose.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a very beautiful color. I like it a lot. Well, I hope so, because I'm getting it when you're done.
Yep. It is super not my color, but I think it will look very nice on you.
That's okay, I'm going to knit you a chunky scarf because you don't like knitting in chunky yarns.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's too big for my hands.
I
love how much stuff happens, and I love the end result. It doesn't feel as nice in my hands because I've got little hands.
Nope, that's fair. I have no problems knitting you something nice and chunky. I like working in chunky yarns. I can see them. It's great. I have 3 more things.
Okay, well, why don't you do another one?
I've been working on the Mammoth Shawl test knit for the Cozy Up with the Stitch and Sisters. I am about halfway through the body now, so I should be on the turn of the cable here shortly. It is a wonderful, relaxing knit. It has not discouraged me from cables. If anything, it's made me more cable crazy. I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's a TV knit. It's absolutely amazing. I've caught up on Game of Thrones doing all of those things. So, and I'm not a TV person, so this is pretty big, guys. And it's now currently getting me through my readathon that I'm participating in right now because I have an audiobook. So I'm listening to my audiobook and doing my rounds. It's looking big. I'm loving it. I'm doing it in a Bernay premium because I'm pretty sure my mother's going to steal it.
You just have to make more.
And I'm going to have to make another one. Not a hardship on my part. And I'm doing it in their tweed. It's a natural tweed. It's like an oatmeal tweed is what it is. It's beautiful. So the cables are popping lovely. The acrylic yarn is holding the cables beautifully. And
I'm looking forward to seeing this thing.
It's coming together quite nicely. I should have it finished by the time I get home. I should have a lot of stuff finished by the time I get home.
Right. We've both been working on the Find Your Fade shawl.
We have been. Actually, there's been a contest about that.
Are we going to do the contest reveal when I finish talking about the pattern?
Finish talking about the pattern, and then we'll do the contest reveal.
Okay.
Because everybody knows we've been working on it, but I've been super top secret about, even Mr. Ben hasn't seen how far I've gotten with the shawl.
That's very top secret.
It is very top secret, so
this is the Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea and Mowry.
We both decided to do it because one of our local yarn stores, Wolseley Wool, is doing a little contest for the Find Your Fade for the summer. So we have till the end of the month to get it finished, so I started 2 days before Diana came home. I was knitting a whole other shawl while you were gone.
Fair enough. I started in June.
Maybe that should be your focus while I'm gone.
Maybe.
Finish your Find Your Fade.
Yeah, that one's got the nearest deadline.
Yeah. I think it'd be really good if we could both take it down to Wolseley Wool and have our pictures and we both have our fades done. Yeah! Make that your thing.
It's been my travel project.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It's a wonderful knit. It's beautifully simple. Okay, maybe not the lace part, but that was me. That was not the pattern.
I find it's not quite a TV knit for the active lace part, the active lace rows.
No.
I have to pause what I'm doing to do that row, and then I'm fine.
Yeah, no. I can do conversations on the phone doing the lace row, but I wouldn't want to do an in-depth audiobook or like a super serious podcast. Like a humor podcast I could do, but
Yeah.
no, anything that requires me to have just a little bit more free bandwidth, that's not going to work for me. So, yeah, no, I agree with you. You have to pay a bit of attention on the lace sections.
So I'm doing mine out of, I'm doing like a there and back again theme, so I'm doing it out of all the yarn I've collected on my various world travels. So I'm currently on to Colour the Second, which is the skein I got in London from Knit or Dye was the shop. Dye is in dye yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the colorway is Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, right, I remember that colorway.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And I'm really super happy with how it melted together with the San Francisco one.
It melted really well?
It did. I thought that the dark blues in both the ones, because the San Francisco one's like a rainbow.
Yeah.
But they both go down to this navy blue.
Okay.
And it matches perfectly.
Oh, good.
So they melted really, really well, despite it being a bright San Francisco rainbow color to, like, sea greeny blue and dark blue.
No, I think that works really well. My color meld from my first to second color was quite stark, but that's because my first color was a Manos de Uruguay in a white speckle.
Right?
And my second color is one of the Ancient Arts yarns in a deep blue. So
So it didn't fade so much as...
jump.
Okay.
But that's
fine.
Okay. I don't mind that at all. What in the heaven's name just happened to my yarn?
I don't know.
It's fine, I'm good.
It
Keep
wants
going.
to be spaghetti.
It does. I'll fix it. I'll show it who's boss.
Are we gonna do the big reveal, or...?
I think we could do the big reveal.
Big reveal? Okay.
Yep. So you're officially pattern-wise at what section?
I'm just into the second lace section.
Okay. And you're working on your second color?
Yeah.
Here I am, opening up my
I'm so excited.
Erin Lane project bag.
So excited.
I'm going to pull it out so you can take a look at it.
Okay, I'm feeling better about this so far. You're not horrendously farther than I am.
I am exactly 6 rows behind you.
Oh my goodness.
Because I am just finishing my first repeat of lace in color 2.
Actually,
It fades quite well, given how strong of a contrast color it is.
it fades surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Actually, we're about at the same spot.
Yeah. You're into your
Give or take
second
a row.
You're in your second row of lace. I'm just finishing my first repeat of lace. Yeah.
How is yours so much bigger than mine?
Well, it's because I'm knitting on a bigger needle. What needle are you using?
The one I grabbed that I like the texture with.
That does not tell me the
That does
size
not-
of the needle.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
Hang
knitting on 4 millimeters.
These are 3.5.
That's why. You got a whole half size smaller than me. I'm on 4 millimeter.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that makes sense.
color 2 for me is Frolic 1814 from Ancient Arts yarn.
I really like this color.
It is a gorgeous color. I'm even more excited with the color that's coming up next, which I have in my bag. So to keep it organized so that my brain didn't go crazy, what I did is I grabbed little sandwich baggies after I put all the skeins together, because I'm using 5 full skeins for the 7 colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally, in Sharpie, on the outside of the bag, labeled A, and if it was something else, and, C is almost a full skein of yarn, so C has got its own color, and then I stuck the ball band and the ball of yarn in there, so that I could tell what color it was I was working on.
You're
Otherwise,
so organized.
it would not, because I got all the colors worked out the way I wanted them, and I'm like, there is no way that's going to happen for me again.
Actually, I'm super into this.
Yeah.
Also,
no.
I'm super into the speckle. I want like a whole
Isn't that-
sweater out of this speckle.
Feel that Manos de Uruguay. It is just
I can't.
buttery soft.
I want a sweater out of
I
this.
know, not the fingering weight, because
That would take forever.
I'm 5'10". Like, I'm just telling you, 15 inches inseam doesn't even really reach my belly button. Like, for the boxes sweater I'm working on, I have to make it 18 inches in length. It is ridiculous.
Cannot get over this green color though. Oh my goodness.
It is so pretty. I am so happy with
Like
it.
it was pretty before, but like it
Yeah.
knits
I am-
so nice.
I am so happy with the colors I've chosen so far.
Okay.
So
I'll stop fondling your
we
project.
have to be done and have photos taken at Wolseley Wool by what, the 31st?
I suppose I could pass mine over and you can have a proper look.
Yes, I could. Oh my god, look at that bad boy. I've been seeing photos and stuff. Oh yeah, no, that half a millimeter size makes all the difference.
It really does. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'd go up a half millimeter because I'm a fairly tight knitter. And I like a bit of a looser weave in my yarns, so I'm happy with the ones I chose. But no, this has turned out really well.
I find I like knitting at that gauge, and then when I block it, it goes all loose and drapey.
Oh, see, I'm not an aggressive blocker.
I'm a very aggressive blocker.
Okay, so that makes all the difference because I'm not gaining that much when I block because I'm not an aggressive blocker.
I jam those wires in there and it is stretched. There is tension.
Oh no, I do not block that way.
Blocking produces sweat when I'm done.
All right. Apparently, I am not nearly as aggressive as I might want to be.
I'm not saying that it's
blocking.
the correct way of doing it. It's the way that I like to do it.
I don't have the anger issues required for aggressive blocking. I don't know how else to phrase that.
I don't know.
But
I find
no.
it very satisfying for things to grow like 3 inches all of a sudden.
Had I felt better yesterday and today, I would have beaten you. I would have been into color 3. It doesn't take me long to do a row, but I've not felt well, so there's no worries. It's just balancing.
So we tied.
Just about tied. You won by the skin of your teeth, but you did win.
I'm gonna call it a tie. It's so close.
Oh my god! By like what? I'm on row 5 of my first repeat.
Like give or take a row.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure what row I'm on.
Yeah.
But like give or take a row.
So close. But that was really good. That was quite fun.
That was good.
Yeah, I kept you in suspense all week.
If I just knit instead of reading yesterday, I could have beaten you.
You could have blown me out of the water.
Blown you right away.
Yep.
Oh well.
I can't blame you. I like reading too. I made that as fair as I could. I handicapped myself as much as I could.
I appreciate it. You make me feel better about myself.
No, it was quite fun. So yeah, my goal is to have the Find Your Fade shawl and have one more shawl finished. So that means I'll have done 3 shawls this summer, all at a fingering or DK sport weight, and go into fall. No, wait, 4 because I did the crochet shawl because I did my sister's Christmas present. So technically, I've already done 2 complete shawls this summer.
My goodness, you're prolific.
I gotta be. I have way too much. There's one. I was watching the Grocery Girls. This is a complete segue. They were showing off the Electrum shawl.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to find this and put it in the show notes.
It's on my favorites. Like I already added it to my favorites on my Ravelry page, and it's
Okay, I
a
have to
fairly
look it up right now.
recent favorite. It is bold color work in 2 strong contrasting colors, with great geometric designs.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called the
It is Electrum. Yeah.
Come on.
You'll find it in my favorites.
Electrum.
My favorites, my shopping cart. I think I put it in both places. It's a $7 US pattern, and I don't care. I want it. And I already told my mom that we're buying yarn, 2 colorways from Indie Cotton, 1 in a cotton for her.
Is it
and a wool
that one?
for me. Yes.
That one.
And you'll have to blow it up to see the pattern because the designer knits quite darkly. The Grocery Girls had it in a green and like cream color, which was just freaking beautiful. So if you've never watched the Grocery Girls, go watch them. They're on YouTube. They're an amazing Canadian pair of sisters. They have wonderful yarn. They have a wonderful capacity to enable you to spend your money. They are very gifted at that. And
somebody did a kind of a teal and black one.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Isn't it freaking...
The gray and black wasn't speaking to me, but this blue and black one, or blue and navy one is
If I had seen it on Ravelry as the designer, I wouldn't look at it. But seeing it in the other colors, I'm just like, my ability to do super bold, very contrasty colors and be happy with them, oh man, oh, Jocelyn needs to make that. But I can't until I'm done the 2 shawls that I'm currently working on. And my Wonder Woman shawl that I've got to start, that I've got the yarn wound for. Well, technically, I suppose that counts. Winding the yarn is your prep work, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, so technically I also worked on the Wonder Woman shawl this week. I mean, I wound yarn for it, but it counts, right?
It counts.
So I should have that. I'm aiming to have the Wonder Woman done by C4. I'd like to wear that at C4.
That is also my goal.
I think it's a very good goal.
So I'm less concerned about starting that one right freaking now.
No, since C4 is in the end of October, we've got a little bit of time. So I'm making progress, and that's all that matters. But anyway, what were we doing? We were talking about woolly workings. My gosh, we're getting distracted today.
So I only have one thing left.
Where am I at? We're at Find Your Fade?
Yes.
What I have is paper everywhere, guys. For someone who's visually impaired, I write a lot of notes. I don't know why. Because I can barely read most of the time. What do I got going on here? My notes tell me I have one more thing.
You want to go first and I'll finish it out?
Sure.
'Cause mine will segue into flubs.
Oh, that's the Find Your Fade. We're talking about the rest of that later. I've been working on everyone's Christmas hats.
Ooh.
That has been my bedtime knitting, because I have to do that one by one ribbing at the start of the project. I'm going to have Diana link the project. I call it the cat hat. It's technically not the name of the project, but I don't actually really like the name of the project.
Yes.
So, Diana, if you could link that in the show notes, that'd be great. So I asked the girls for a knit club if they would like their very own cat hats for Christmas, and that would be my Christmas present for them. Everybody went and said, yes, so I'm currently making them. And I've officially lost mine to my niece. Like, I know it's somewhere in her bedroom. Yeah,
You're never getting that back.
I'm never getting that back, so I'm going to have to make myself another one.
Unless you make an even better one, and then she'll return the old one.
I saw an Algria yarn in Wolseley Wool today in mofo pink.
Ooh.
Like, pink.
Like screaming,
violently shaded pink. And I'm
excellent.
like, her papa's in town. And if we've discovered one thing, it's that my father's very good at holding the shopping cart and napping in the chair at Wolseley Wool while I put yarn in there. Mm-hmm. And he's never told me no yet. So, see if maybe he'll fund a hat for his granddaughter. And by hat for his granddaughter, I mean hat for his granddaughter and like 50 other billion things for his daughter. But,
yeah,
we'll see what I can swing. My mom has got to learn to not let me and my father go to the yarn store on our own. She hasn't yet. But that's okay. My father still hasn't learned not to let me and my mother go to the bookstore on our own. Ha! You think I can do damage in a yarn store, guys? You have no idea.
I don't know. I feel like books and yarn might be comparable.
I think at this point, the only thing that's holding me back from saying I have too much yarn is that I simply own 5 times as many books.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think it's about the only thing holding me back at this point.
So I have the one thing left.
Sure, what's the one thing left?
I have picked up, again, the wedding shawl.
Dun dun dun!
Dun dun dun! This is the Even Star shawl pattern by Susan Pandorf. I think I got that name right. I will link it in the show notes in case I got that wrong. And I'm knitting it out of Forever yarn in 100% lamb's wool, which is just undyed lace weight yarn.
Gosh, it is so pretty.
It's lovely.
It is going to be the most delicate, beautiful shawl ever. There's going to be much shawl envy going on.
Hands down, the most magnificent thing I have ever knit, and will probably be so for at least another decade.
Oh, it's a very daunting task. It's a gorgeous shawl, though. So, you got some work done it. That is good. That's a deadline you can't be late for. Your own wedding.
I have resolved that I'm going to knit at least one row on the wedding shawl every day.
Okay.
And yeah, that should get it done fairly quickly, because that's not quite 365 days. It's very close to 365 days.
Yeah, and your wedding is technically next August the 18th?
Yeah.
Look at me remembering dates right off the top of my head. No book, no nothing.
So there are definitely not 365 rounds. Then there is an edging, though. So.
Well, I mean, if you can putter away at it and get a chunk of it done, then I think over the winter time you'll find as you're stuck inside,
Yeah.
a lot more, you're going to find it's a lot easier to get more rows done, so.
That's my resolve. One round on that every day.
Good resolve. And that's all our Wooly workings.
That is all our daily workings. So
And
now we can talk about fiber flubs.
One segue. Sorry, Dawson likes to talk.
Oh, yes. What?
Fiber flubs?
Fiber flubs.
Jocelyn reads the pattern. Jocelyn always reads the pattern. Jocelyn reads the pattern more than once. What is the one thing Jocelyn always has to do whenever she starts a shawl? Start it again. Because she screws something up. It's not the pattern's fault. It's not the designer's fault. It's not the yarn's fault. No, it's Jocelyn. It's just, I'm cursed. I can't seem to, and I did it with the Find Your Fate. You came home what? When did you come home last week?
Late Tuesday night.
Late Tuesday night? I cast on the Find Your Fate on Sunday. The day you flew home, I had to rip back past the first section of lace and start again.
Oh. Oh my goodness. So you would have blown me out of the water.
Yep. Except the curse of Jocelyn kicked in.
Oh dear.
And I read the pattern. I knew I had to drop the second yarn over. Guess who did not drop the second yarn over in the lace section? This chica.
Big sigh in unison.
Yep. And I was so mad at myself. I vented at my mother, who said, "That's nice." Thanks, Mom. Your support's appreciated. I vented at Mr. B, who at least went, yeah, no, because he knows how much work and how many hours I put into these projects. So he's like, nope.
Well, it's similar to the wargaming miniatures.
It is similar to the wargaming miniatures. It's just that moment where you realize you have to start all over from scratch and your brain just goes, I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
So had I not had to rip back, I would be into color 3. So you were welcome.
Well, I have an ongoing fiber flub with my wedding shawl.
Okay.
I discovered it upon completing I did 2 rounds last night, and I discovered it upon completion of my second round.
Okay.
So the center bit is increases every however many rows, so that it's a pie shawl, so it doubles in stitches every 3, 5, 8, etc. rows. Every Fibonacci sequence rows.
Yeah.
And then you start the chart. But because it's knit in the round and I'm doing it magic loop, I missed one of the yarn overs at the end of my last increase row before I started the chart.
Oh no!
Like, I put a lifeline in this row and everything.
Okay.
But
so
I know
we knew there was
exactly what
potential.
happened, because doing a yarn over at the end of a round is really weird. So
is.
I would have just, not realized that it was supposed to be there.
Like, this should be our cover picture. It's just... What the...
Yarnomancer!
Oh, I feel like a yarnomancer. I'm almost done, guys, I swear. Then I'll start another skein.
So, I got done the first round of lace, and I'm like, oh no, I'm 1 stitch short. Why am I 1 stitch short? And I counted the entire round, which is 144 stitches.
Oh, that's no small counting.
I counted. Fortunately, I put yarn or stitch markers in after every pattern repeat.
Oh heavens, that'll be a help.
I counted everything. And nothing was amiss. So I counted everything again. And I stared at it, and I thought about it, and I re-knit the last repeat. No, I'm still off. So I counted everything again.
Oh my God.
And then I realized
Oh my gosh.
about the yarn over at the end of the previous round.
And you had a moment of... Nope.
Fudge balls.
Nope.
So I put that down.
Buckets of no.
So now I have to decide if I'm going to try to jam in the yarn overs, if I'm going to... It's like... Because I fudged it, because I'm like, oh no, this isn't so bad, but then I was knitting the rest round after that,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking, no, no, I shouldn't keep going. I should not keep going. It's going to bother me. I should not keep going. So I finished the rest row.
Okay.
Thinking the entire way that it's going to bother me. And yeah, it's going to bother me.
It's going to bother you?
So I have to decide if I'm going to try to fix it by dropping stitches down and working some magic and just like fixing the last 3 or 4 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
And jamming in the extra increase, which I think I can do. But if not, I'm pulling out the needles and sticking them back in at the lifeline. Which I really don't want to do because it was a pain in the butt to pick up all those stitches.
If you don't like it now, you're not going to be happy when it's done, and this is your wedding shawl.
I know. So I'm really hoping I can just drop a few stitches and fix it.
Well, I said try the dropping stitches, because worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, you've got the lifeline, so then you can just pull it out. Yeah, the lifeline's
just... And I mean, they can't drop further than the lifeline, so I can't drop more than 2 stitches down anyway.
Oh, you're fine then. Yeah, no,
so
go ahead,
try the drop first. I should be able to fix it.
One skein done, one more to go.
So, that's my fiber flub. I have to fix that after.
1 fiber flub is sufficient, thank you very much. I do not require any more.
Yeah. Yarn on the go.
Did your yarn travel?
No, my yarn did not travel anywhere that I have been for the last 2 weeks.
My yarn did travel, not quite to such exotic locales as Vegas, but my yarn has gone places. We went to Bourgeois.
Well, that's exciting.
One of my dear friends got married recently, so we were at his wedding shower. So I had my knitting with me there. Didn't get a lot done. There's a lot of people to talk to and stuff, but it came with me, so it counts. And then today we went down to the local yarn shop, the Wolseley of the Wool, because the yarn gods saw fit to have the replacement skeins to finish the starting point shawl show up.
Woo.
So, if anybody's been listening for a while, I was participating in the starting point mystery knit along. Left it way too late to start. Was still probably going to finish it like a week and a half late.
Yeah.
So I literally crammed 5 weeks of knitting into 2 weeks or something.
You crammed a lot of knitting into 2 or 3 weeks.
I did a lot of knitting, guys. And then I ran out of yarn. And I needed to get more skeins ordered. And they had 2 of the 4 that I needed, and the other 2 showed up yesterday. They were processed, and I picked them up today, which is currently what I am winding. Because my mom has already demanded her own starting point shawl, which means I have to finish the one I'm working on, because my mom wants her own. So, okay. Duly noted.
Yep.
I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but alright, I will figure it out. Either way, it'll be done. And because I'm at the tail end, I literally have like a week's worth of work on it, and I'm done, if that. Yeah, like I'm so close to connecting the 2 sections, it's not even funny. That I should be able to just blare through that and have a shawl completed. Which means, even though in events when we talked about Stash Dash, I've always been saying 5K, I might have to do the math on that and up myself one. I haven't officially put my bid into anything yet. Yeah.
I'm not even going to officially put into anything because I'm useless at finishing things. I just want to start things. Finishing is for chumps.
Did we not just see that huge segue I had us go through? That is only one of the many things that the Grocery Girls have had me add to my queue since I have listened to their podcast. Watched their video podcast. So, yeah.
My yarn has gone precisely nowhere since I've been back. For I have gone precisely nowhere since I've been back, except to work.
Well, you went to Vegas for 10 days. I think you're allowed to not go places after you've been to Vegas for 10 days.
I actually didn't leave the apartment the entire long weekend except to go get ice cream on Saturday. And it was amazing.
Yeah, no. I don't blame you.
I didn't see people, well, except for you guys.
Well, we came to you.
Yeah.
And we did bring gaming and recording and fun stuff.
Yeah. And you're not, like, random new people that I have to be excited at.
No.
I can be normal at you.
I hope so, after this point. Lip gloss located.
I finally felt fully rested yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I got back on Tuesday night.
Oh my god.
Like 6 days.
That is a long time before you feel rested, dear.
Yeah.
There's a big convention. But your yarn did go to Vegas.
My yarn did go to Vegas.
And you did some airplane knitting.
For full accounts of that, you can see the summer break special episode.
Oh, absolutely. We went into detail.
But the gist was I went to Vegas. And my yarn came with me. And I worked a lot on the plane on the way there. Not very much at the conference, though I did meet some other knitters. And I was going to knit on the plane on the way back, but I fell asleep, mouth hanging open, drool down the side of my face, and the whole bit for like 4 hours.
You needed a nap.
I needed more than a nap. Just out cold. I was out so cold they didn't even wake me to do the customs forms, and I didn't even realize till I got into the customs line in the airport. Like, oh, hey, I'm supposed to have one of those paper thingies. I should fill one of those out. I guess I slept through that.
Oh, jeez. You were out.
I was very out.
Well, no, my knitting it hasn't gone to many places. I mean, it comes here all the time, but I think we've decided that this isn't a yarn on the go for me anymore.
I don't think I'm a destination anymore.
I went to the Second Cup. I was knitting in the Second Cup today.
That's a destination.
So technically, I've taken it places. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all my yarn on the go.
Ah, Woolsey Wool has all the fall yarns. Guys, I need to start 50 million cardigans right now.
I must resist. I must resist.
Oh, we've got stuff coming up. I must not resist. They're pretty. Why resist? They've been making some storefront changes, so they've been changing locations of things to change it up a little. So that's exciting, because it lets you spot things you might not have otherwise normally spotted on your own. So, super cool. I like it. It looks really good. And they still had stuff in bags and in boxes that I haven't seen yet, so there's still more to explore. And they have new books.
Ooh.
You guys can't see my face, but I'm doing the huge grin face.
It's a very huge grin face. It's like that grin smiley that you're like, who actually grins like that?
Me. That's who. I do it. Nope, I think you and I need to go get into trouble.
Maybe.
And I'm not even going to pretend otherwise for that one.
I think perhaps we need a walk and a fancy juice and a yarn strolling day.
And a brownie from Tallgrass Prairie.
Why are we whispering?
Because I don't want the world to know about it, otherwise there'll never be any brownies. No, I'm kidding. Tallgrass Prairie is in the Wolseley area. It's on Westminster. It's right by Wolseley Wool. And it makes amazing baked goods. They do amazing sticky buns and breads and cookies and muffins and things. But I am in love with their brownies because they have walnuts in their brownies.
I am not a fan of nuts in my baked goods.
Oh, if they're done right, so it's not too many and there's not too few, but it's just like every once in a while, you get a nut. Yeah, absolutely glorious. Also, I have no idea what's in their icing, but I want to just like smear it on my face and eat it all the time. I have inappropriate thoughts about those brownies.
I can tell.
Really like them. They do amazing sourdough breads too, by the way. Oh, so good.
Ooh, I
so
do love
good.
me some sourdough bread.
Such a good place. I love it. The friend whose wedding shower I was at took me there years ago, first time, and I have been in love with their baked goods ever since. So I am always game for a almond smoothie from Verde, and then some yarn shopping and a brownie afterwards to celebrate our restraint by not buying the entire store.
Yes.
Only a quarter of the store.
Yeah.
I think this is perfectly acceptable. Saturdays, we're going to have to plan a Saturday when I come home, and we'll go do that. Some nice, lovely fall weather. So I'm not walking around with me hanging my mouth open like I'm a dog trying to ventilate more because I don't like the heat.
We could actually wear our shawls to the shop.
Oh, that'd be so nice. Nope, I think that's planned. That's going to happen.
Okay. Future
Done.
yarn on the go, planned.
Future girl date. Done.
So I hear you've been spinning some yarns.
I have actually been working on spinning. What everyone says with my little hand, my little top-down spinner. When I am not good at it at all. I am still very art yarny. Still very thick and thin. I'm getting better. I'm smoothing out, which is good. I still break the yarn every once in a while because I over twist it, but it's all a matter of practice and learning. But I've discovered I can sit down and I can do about 10 or 15 minutes and then I kind of get bored, but I'm not producing something I'm excited about yet. So I'm still at that sort of awkward learning stage.
Okay.
Where you're like, yeah, I could do this, but I know I need practice. So it literally sits in its little bag beside my couch. So if I'm watching something that requires me to pay just a little bit more attention to what's going on the screen, or listening to something that's a little bit more in-depth, some of the stuff I've been listening to has been quite deep. I can spin because that doesn't require quite so much attention. It's all a matter of technique and muscle memory. So it's all a matter of just memorizing the movements till I get it down to an art form. So that's fine. That's not a super active brain. So I've been doing that and working on it slowly. I was looking at my vat. I have a 2.9 ounce vat, and it's a mix of Cormo, merino, and some silk, which is why it feels so soft.
Very nice fiber.
It's a very nice fiber.
I'm really excited about how it all blends together as a yarn. Last time I saw a picture of it, it's looking very nice.
Yeah, I will, I think my dad might drive me down for recording later this week before we leave, so if he does, I'll bring it then and I'll show you what I've worked on. Otherwise, I'm going to have to be careful because then I start carting around too much stuff and it's hot. Nobody wants to do that.
No.
I
did not get any spinning done because, oddly enough, I didn't have room in my suitcase for a large, well, it is a very small spinning wheel, but it is a very large thing to put in a suitcase.
Yes.
So that didn't come with me, so I haven't done any spinning.
That's fine. I am a long way off before I'm like spinning sweater quantities of yarn or anything crazy. I'm literally learning, so no worries. But yeah, that's my spinning. I have actually been doing a little bit of spinning.
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process, so I'm super excited about it. Perhaps I'm not enjoying it at the moment when I break the yarn and the thing falls, but drop spindle, that's the word I'm looking for.
I mean, it is a drop spindle.
Hey, I got the drop part mastered. No problems.
Good that you keep checking on gravity for us.
I do. Well, I'd hate for it to go sideways.
It'd be very weird if it did.
Everybody's physics lessons out the window.
I've been reading The Expanse, and...
Physics goes out the window?
Yes, actually.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that about that series.
Physics goes out the window, but for the majority of the first 3 books, they have very good physics, and they talk about the differences in gravity between thrust gravity and spin gravity and just regular Earth gravity.
Oh, nifty.
So...
I struggle with Earth gravity. I don't need the other 2, thank you.
This thrust gravity is fine right up until the ship needs to make a course adjustment, and then gravity, shifts sideways a bit, and then recorrects. And so that can be very nausea-inducing to some of the characters. And then there's also spin gravity, so you have, a ring station, and they talk about the Coriolis effect, where when you drop something, the farther out to the outside of the ring you are, when you drop something, it'll drift as it falls.
Okay.
And I just thought that was so cool. That was stuff that I would have thought of, and they just put these details in that really bring you into the universe. This is the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey, in case anybody is interested.
As we super segue into books.
Yeah. I was reading, I devoured a third of the book yesterday.
That's a lot of reading for you.
So... I was really into the book yesterday. Things started literally exploding. I had to read about them.
I got that message. It's fine. I'm with you on some books when that happens. And you're like, nope, sorry. I'm not leaving this world right now.
Things are literally exploding. I need to know why.
Yeah, it's going to be a thing. But yeah, no, I did. I'm happy with a little bit of spinning that I did do. Still going to be super side hobby, but that's because I'm massively trying to get a bunch of knitting projects done and out. For events that are going to pop up on our schedule here shortly. Yep. Next up is
All You, So Little Time.
You guys would think I live at home all day and do nothing but arts and crafts stuff. You'd be right. No. The Etsy shop is ready to go.
Oh, is it?
It is ready to go. I am not pushing the live button until I get home from vacation.
That makes sense.
But we are photoed, tagged, prompt. We are ready. All I have to do when I get home is push play.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
So that'll be good. I'll be happy to have that up and running. I hate with the delay, but I know because I'm out of the province, I'm not going to be able to ship anything out. I'm not going to be able to respond to anybody in any sort of timely manner because I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I'll be doing stuff with my parents all day or with my friends and stuff. So I'm like, nope. That's just, let's not do that. Let's just start fresh when I get home. So
I actually just thought of a sewing thing. Not
Sure.
that I have done a sewing thing, but Straith was asking me if you would take commissions on skirts.
yeah, absolutely.
Because she's gotten super into, like, knee-length kind of skirts.
Yeah.
And
At her height, she would have struggled to find the right length. No, absolutely, yeah. Next time she's in town, I'll have to take her measurements and we'll go pick up some fabric that she likes and I'll make her some skirts. That's not a problem. I'll totally do commission work for skirts. Skirts are nice and easy. And I understand the whole finding the right length because I buy 3/4 length skirts to be knee skirts. And I buy knee skirts to be mini skirts because that's how long my legs are and that's where they hit me. I think I have exactly 2 full-length dresses in my closet that I have not had to make myself or have custom ordered. Yeah. So no, I don't have a problem taking commission work for that. That's totally fine. And if we go to Marshall's Fabric, she can buy whatever sort of nerdy fabric she'd like. So
I don't know if she's into the nerdy fabric for skirts. I'm actually not sure.
we can go see what catches her eye and I can make her stuff from there.
Anyway,
That's
yeah,
no problem.
I figured I would.
My hope is to maybe, though I'm running out of time, so it's probably not going to happen, is I'm halfway done making my red polka dot dress, to have that finished in time for vacation. No guarantees I'm going to have enough time to do it, because, again, starting point shawl yarn showed up, and I am very easily distracted by knitting projects right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that might not happen. And all of my Saturdays are already booked and gone, like, I don't know where it's going to go, but it's out the window, because that's just what happens when my parents come home, so.
Yep.
It's a thing, and I don't mind
fine.
in the slightest. But yeah, that's my so little time. When I get home, I have to go straight into production for arts and crafts tables.
Yep.
But while I'm gone, I'm going to do some design work with my mom, because my mom is the one person who taught me how to sew. So we're going to sit down and hash out some design details I've been struggling with.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Sounds like some solid planning.
Mm-hmm. It also means we don't have to leave the house.
Also good.
My mom's not a people person.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, we're barreling through things. Not really. What do we got? What's happening now? I've forgotten. Guys, it's late. Jocelyn has to go to bed.
Okay. Events.
Events.
Things that are ongoing. Stash
Yes.
Dash.
Yep.
That is running until August 20th, unless that's changed.
I think it's just the 20th, yeah.
You are probably entering 7 kilometers.
It's entirely possible. I'm going to actually have to sit down and do the math, which I have been successfully avoiding all summer.
I am entering no kilometers, because so far I have finished 1 pair of socks and started half a dozen things. I
Do you
can't
know
seem
when
to
everybody was
finish everything.
pointing out at me in January that I was having starting problems?
Yeah.
I seem to be doing fine with the finishing part.
Watch, I'm going to be finishing everything in January and be like, damn it, why isn't it Stash Dash?
Yep. It just means in January, when you finish everything, you can start a whole bunch of stuff in February, and then you're all prepped for Stash Dash next year.
It's true.
Yeah, just think of it that way.
So that's ongoing.
Because I am actually actively currently winding skeins of yarn to finish the starting point shawl. I may honestly have to put myself in the 7K, though I literally do have to go sit at home and do the math on that one. I'm not weighing things out, I'm just doing rough estimations, because I'm only competing against myself, so it's only really sort of to gauge how much I can do in a summer, and all of my projects have been from start to finish, so there are no whips. Everything I started has essentially been started, because I started the starting point shawl after the, this is going to be a hot mess, after the Stash Dash started, so, I think, anyway. No, there's one whip. There's the Happy Hands Fingerless Mitts, which I still haven't brought for you to rescue.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
Yeah, they're in a timeout because I'm still really mad at them. I pick them up and I'm like, you're going to know. I'm so mad at them. They don't travel with me right now.
Other things ongoing. There's that Zadie sweater knit along with the grocery girls that you are doing. I am not.
doing. No. I got everything measured out and weighed and ready to go, and then I got fully distracted by the bendy arrow shawl. Didn't get any farther on that. I'm not super worried about it because it was a for fun knit along for me to join. I've been watching the progress updates that the girls have been doing on the Off the Needles YouTube channel that they do off of Craftsy, or on the Craftsy YouTube channel, and I've been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to it. I think what I might do is cast it on, so I'm at the point where I just have rounds and rounds and rounds of garter to do for the drive to Saskatchewan.
That sounds like an excellent thing.
Because I think that'll be the perfect way to get all of that garter done.
Yep, that sounds like a solid plan.
Talk with my dad while he drives us out, and just knit miles where I don't actually have to look at what I'm knitting. I can just let my fingers fly. Yeah.
Excellent.
So.
I love that kind of knitting.
Mm-hmm. I'm super paranoid. I want to make sure the math is right because I don't want it to be messed up. So.
Mm-hmm. There was also a Canadian make-along.
There is a Canadian make-along, which the Bendy Arrow Shawl is going to, now that it has some photos taken, going to go into that feed, again by the Grocery Girls. That is because I made it with Ancient Arts yarn. No. Canada Make-Along, right idea, wrong thing. Find Your Fade is made with the Ancient Arts yarn. That's going to be in the Canada
I was
Make-Along.
wondering about that. I'm like, Hedgehog is
No.
Irish, and I don't know about Barocco, but I'm
No.
pretty sure it's not Canadian.
No, it's American, I think. No, I had the right idea. The wrong shawl name came out. This is why we cannot record after 10 o'clock at night. My brain is shut down, guys. I get up at 6 a.m.
Well, we're not quite at 10 yet. We'll finish quick.
Finish quick. The make-along is the Find Your Fade, because over half of that yarn is Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because more than half the skeins are Ancient Arts yarn.
Speaking of Find Your Fade, there's the Woolsey Wool Faded Summer Knit Along, for which we are both knitting the Find Your Fade.
We are.
Which we kind of already talked about.
We have.
And that's all ongoing, my goodness.
Yes, it is.
Upcoming, we have the Manitoba Fibre Festival, September 15th and 16th. That is only like a month away.
Yep.
My goodness. Oh, I can buy all the yarn there.
Yes, you can.
That's wonderful. And then Central Canada Comic-Con coming up October 27th to 29th.
Yep.
For which I'm probably still not going to sew a costume, but I'm going to have that Wonder Woman wrap done.
Okay.
You don't believe me.
Nope.
I'm not sure I believe me either. I thought I believed me until you sounded doubtful, and now I'm doubting.
Nope. No, I don't doubt that you'll start it. But I think what'll happen is you'll start it, but then you'll have so many other things you still haven't finished yet that you'll feel like you're obligated to finish those items and projects first.
Yeah.
So it won't happen.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen me put down projects. Like, there's shawls I haven't mentioned in months because they're just sitting waiting for me to get back to them. Because I'm not in the mood to knit them right now, so I don't do it. But I don't give myself near as much grief as you do about these things.
I don't like having piles of half-finished stuff around.
Oh, I took it away so I can't see it.
That's probably smart. I should probably do that.
Because then it doesn't really bother me. And if I need something, I've got a bin. I have a UFO bin. I have an unfinished objects bin that I can just go to and pull out of. And go, this. I want to knit on this. Or I need something quick and go. That's where I go, and I go look, and I go, oh, right, you! And then away we go, and I'm off to the races, and it's fine. But I definitely know if they're out where I can see them. I feel like I should be working on them when I'm not. I don't have the inspiration to do so. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this to make ends meet or anything. I'm doing it for my own personal enjoyment. So I don't feel bad about putting things down if in that moment in time I don't want to knit them. It's the middle of summer. It's 30 plus degrees a lot of the days out here. I do not want to be waiting worsted knit shawls at a size to go around me.
Alright,
I don't. Fair. So I'm working on my fingering weight stuff, knowing that if I don't get it done by the end of the summer, I'm not going to want to knit on fingering weight stuff in the middle of January. I'm going to want that big... January's probably going to be another blanket, because it's like that's the perfect time for me to knit or crochet a blanket.
Alright.
Yep.
And then we had mentioned the Grinch Along, which I have zero details on, except that it happens in December, and it's run by the Knitmore girls.
Those are two very, very important details to have for it, so go you. What it is the idea is that from the 1st of December, so like immediately when it comes the 1st of December. You no longer knit for Christmas presents for that year. You can knit for Christmas presents for next year, but not this current year. And the goal is to bring back the holiday spirit, or Grinch Along. So you enter the contest by taking photos of you doing things that are not Christmas knitting for this year. Baking. Knitting for something for yourself, just 'cause. Watching movies and stringing popcorn on strings for Christmas trees. Whatever you do to get into the spirit. They do it in
really
conjunction.
get stringing popcorn.
Oh, I don't eat popcorn. I'm allergic to corn, so.
Yeah, so I guess you really don't get the popcorn thing.
I really don't get the popcorn thing, but I'm really allergic to corn, so I don't. There's things I don't do for very obvious reasons.
Makes a lot of sense.
It really does to me, anyway. I'm not sure if it does to everybody else. So I like that one, and I like the Knit More Girls Do Some Good that they do at the end of the year, which is where you do some good, but you're not helping a family or immediate friends. You're helping your local community, your provincial community or state community, or internationally. Like you're helping on a larger scale. So things like the I still can't remember the name of the group that makes those scarves for the homeless people.
I looked it up. It was Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill. So, like, I would like to participate and do some good this year and participate in Chase the Chill, which would be perfect to do, not just because as a good human being, I should help because I can help. And that's really how my brain thinks about those things. But also in the fact that it just makes me feel like a better human being. Or things like knitting hats for preemies, or doing hats for people who have cancer, or, making stuff for women in the homeless shelters. Donating. I tend to donate a lot. I have a tendency to hear something if there are boys listening, or people who get creeped out when girls talk girly things. Cover your ears for the next few seconds. I like to donate tampons and pads to women's shelters and homeless shelters.
That is smart.
Yeah. Because they are super needed and they're always in high demand and nobody donates them. Socks, underwear. They're not the glamorous fancy things, but they're so needed. And I love being able to just go buy like the big packs of socks and donate them. Yeah. So every spare dollar I've got goes somewhere else. If it's not into feeding my local community and by buying things, it's helping out those who need help.
I should definitely donate more.
I should try to not drink and breathe at the same time.
You should do that too.
Dear heavens. But yeah, no, there are things that are upcoming that we're gonna definitely, we can promenade more. And I mean, there's always the knit-alongs that catch my eye. Andrea Mowry's doing a mystery knit-along.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. The Knit More girls are doing a knit-along. A Knit More Along. What I love about the Knit More Alongs is they're open-ended, so I can just sort of jump in when my schedule's free. Which works perfect for me.
I'm a fan of the Knit More Along style.
Oh god, yeah.
Start it sometime around now and finish it whenever.
Yeah. It's a beautifully stress-free sort of existence. And there's other things that are coming up and stuff, so, but no. Event-wise, it gets a little late for us.
I'm sure we'll find more events.
Oh, I will. It'll show up in my feed somewhere. If not on Facebook, it'll show up on Ravelry, and I'll be like, oh, what's this? Mm-hmm. Down the rabbit hole.
I think that's all for events.
Okay.
This week we're reviewing 60 Quick Knitted Toys, fun, fabulous knits in the 220 Superwash collection from Cascade Yarns. That is all the words on the cover of the book.
Those are all words I like. Not for anybody but me. That's right, I'm going to knit myself a toy. I don't care.
Right. This retails for $17.95 US, $20.95 Canadian, and comes from the library. Which I don't actually know what that reference is, I just know you say it a lot. So I don't actually know what I'm referencing.
You'd have to have watched The Last Airbender, the Avatar, the Nickelodeon
Okay, I definitely haven't
TV
watched
show.
that.
In one of the episodes, super segue, everybody gets to spend time doing some sort of vacation-y thing to take a break from their saving the world plotline. And one of the characters decides that he's going to spend his vacation, and then he dramatically, finger in the air, goes, at the library! Which, of course, Mr. B heard the first time we watched it, so now it's pop reference every time I go to the library. That's what we do, and I go to the library, like, a lot. So that's technically where that reference is from. But we should get you watching The Last Airbender. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Got so much media to consume.
God, can't sleep.
Consume.
Just give up on sleeping. It'll be fine.
I tried that, and then I slept for a week in response, remember?
Yes.
I can't give up sleeping.
Apparently
I
not.
still sleep. I just do it all crunched up again at the end.
Yeah, that's not good. So
No, it's not a healthy existence.
No, it's not.
That's why I'm only going to do it once a year.
That's totally fair. So I picked up, and I saw this on the new and notable section in the library, and I went, oh, hello, knitted toys. Well, let's just flip a look through. And by about the third pattern, I was like, nope, this is going to come home. I got to read it.
It is very cute. I am also not super into toys, but some of these
neither
are
of us have children. I mean, we've got friends who are getting ready to have kids, or in my case, have kids and small children. We have family members, like, we're already aunts
Yeah.
of small people.
I don't know, knitted toys just don't usually grab me, but there's
They
a couple.
don't normally
There's a
grab
couple
me
in
either.
here.
There's a few in there that I was just like, okay, that's adorable. So, I don't know how far into you had to go to find an adorable thing.
Pattern the second.
Oh, jeez. I had to go one more. So why don't we start with you?
I liked the entire castle set. So the
castle
castle
was
set
cute.
and the dragon and the royal couple.
Yes.
Just as an entire set, but especially the dragon!
My mother loves dragons. She's got a dragon tattoo on her. That was her 40th birthday present.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is kind of hilarious when you think about it. I'm tattooed, my sister's tattooed, my mother's tattooed, but my father is not.
Not into tattoos.
He also was the last one to get glasses, too. And that was more of a concession to old age than anything else. Told him he's gonna have to get a tattoo. He's gotta be a joiner. But yeah,
Join us.
Join us. The dragon is freaking adorable.
He's so cute.
I definitely, just his little wings in the back, yeah. Yeah, I want to make my mom a knitted dragon.
I love the little dragon toy.
So cute.
I
My
might
mother
need a little
doesn't-
dragon toy just for me.
My mother doesn't need any more dragons. I'm still gonna make it for her, so whatever. Feel free for judging.
The next thing that I was also super in love with was pattern 27.
27? What number is pattern? What is 27?
That is the cover one, the bunny with the sweater.
Oh, the bunny with the sweater's cute.
It reminds me a lot of the bunny that I had when I was little.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I loved that rabbit so much that the kind of dress that she was wearing just wore right off.
Oh, jeez.
And so my mom had to
That's some
sew on
serious love.
some pants and get an additional, I think it's supposed to be a teddy bear sweater, but it's on my rabbit.
That's okay.
So it reminds me of my rabbit when I was little.
You do what you gotta do when you gotta make the stuffy live longer for a kid.
So it's a super cute rabbit, and you can just make it a whole bunch of different sweaters. And what kid doesn't love dressing up rabbits in sweaters?
I don't know. Again, I don't generally knit for kids. I knit for myself. Like, I have toys all over the place. I am not a grown-up. The next one that caught my eye was 42. It was the Twisted Hippo Stitch. Twisted Stitch Hippo.
Oh, that one. He was pretty cute.
Because he looked like he belonged next to the little stuffed fat-headed pig I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, could be a companion. Not like I have to knit now. Like the dragons, I gotta knit it now. My mother needs this dragon in her life. I need to go pick up the yarn for it, and it needs to happen. Because my mom needs more dragons. My mom has a 4.5 foot tall dragon stuffy.
Oh, that's that big purple one.
Yeah. No, yellow and red one. That's downstairs.
Oh, yellow and red.
Yeah.
Sorry, why did I think it was purple?
I don't know. He needs to have some repairs, but he's been around since we lived in Brandon.
Is that one that I had to move out of the way when I was borrowing your washing machine?
Yep. Yeah, he moves around a lot in the basement. He doesn't have a home right now because Mom hasn't taken him to Saskatoon yet. It's a thing.
While we're in the animals vein.
Oh, yes.
Pattern 28, the sheep.
The sheep was cute.
I like the little loopy stitch.
Yeah.
He's a cute little sheep.
It is a cute little sheep. I agree with you. Again, not one I want to make, but it's a cute sheep. None of them were bad. They were all very adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have little people you wanted to knit for, absolutely. Do it or yourself. I don't see a problem with this at all. I know the next one that caught my eyes farther back in the book. It's after the hippo.
It's after the hippo? Okay,
Yeah.
I have a few coming up to the hippo.
Oh, goodness. Well, go for it. Go to town.
So there's a peace fan. Not for me, but for my brother.
Okay.
Because he's been talking about wanting one of those ridiculous fans that's like one of those high school dreams, but I think he still actually really wants one.
Oh my god. No,
so,
totally.
He might get a little knitted peace fan.
That'd be hilarious.
And there's a Triceratops.
Yes, that's a cute one too. I have a Triceratops already.
I might need to make myself a Triceratops.
Okay.
And then pattern 44 was a llama.
A llama?
I like llamas. Like every rendition of a llama, I'm like, oh, it's a llama! And I don't know, llamas are super appealing for some reason.
That's fine. You're allowed to like things like llamas.
Llama. Also, it's a fun word to say.
Yes, it is.
Llama. There's a llama, there's a llama, and another little llama. Fuzzy llama, funny llama, 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 duck.
Not sure why we got to duck, but okay.
It was a meme from, I think, the early 2000s.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find that and link it in the show notes. I'm really not sure if I'll be able to.
Hey, if you do, kudos to you.
Have a llama, tries a llama, 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 llama. Something, something, mushroom, llama, 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 duck. I'm going to stop now.
If not, there's that super professional rendering you just did for everybody. Something, 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 mushroom duck. Well, after the hippo, the one that caught my eye, Dino Hatchling.
Yes, that is my next one also.
Yeah, because Dino Hatchling.
He's so cute, and he has that little hatchy egg.
Yeah, no, he got a heart because you need him, and I need one, and T needs one. Your nephew T needs one. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. So there are many people who need to have this dino hatchling.
Yes.
And his egg. It has to happen. Because reasons.
What's the last one? I can't actually remember what the last thing that I hearted was. Oh, right. So the last thing on my list of hearts was the cat with sweater, which is the same idea as the rabbit on the cover. It's just a cat.
It's just a cat.
But they gave it a sweater with a yarn ball on it, which just kind of pushed over the edge, and I'm like, oh.
Mine was the turtle trio.
The turtles were cute. I don't feel a need
trio.
to have a turtle trio, but the turtles are pretty cute.
I do. But again, I'm weird, so it's fine. I also have giant Walmart dinosaur stuffies all over my bedroom, so I'm not entirely sure we can accuse me of being an adult.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Especially since one of the dinosaurs now wears my fox ears for my icon.
Oh my goodness, can we have a picture of that on the Instagram?
I can totally give you a picture of that on the Instagram.
Excellent.
That can be a thing.
Okay. Yeah, so that's all of the 60 quick knitted toys. If you are at all interested in knitting toys, you should definitely take a look through this book. It's full of many very cute ideas.
Oh, I loved it. I'm super glad I picked it up. I'm super glad we read it, and I'm more and more impressed with knitted toys. I'm never quite sure. I have a tendency to lean towards crocheted if I was going to make them, but the knitted ones are definitely sort of upping their game, as a case may be.
I think so.
Yeah. And the book's well laid out. So, really, yeah, the book's well laid out in a font I can read. You guys.
Points for font.
Points for font. And the pictures are meant to be, I guess, cutesy and kid-like.
Yeah.
Which means they're clear and easy to see, so you understand what it is that you're going to be making, which lets you visualize it a lot better.
Yep.
A lot better. So I'm really happy with the pictures. So overall, it was a very cute book. I quite enjoyed it, and I do recommend it.
Recommend.
Again, only if you're into knitted toys, but that's okay. Well, my dear, we've finished it. We've made it to the end. Can you tell everybody where they can find us on the interwebs?
You can find us on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest as Northern Knits Podcast. Our blog with all our show notes is at northernknitspodcast.com. You can also email us at northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. Jocelyn, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm on the internet as Amber Dragon. Sometimes I'm fancy. There's a 1 on the end of that. If you locate me in one place, you can locate me in all, because my profile photo is always of my face. I am the most active on Ravelry, Twitter, and Facebook at the moment.
All right. I have a far less cohesive online presence. I do fibery things on Instagram and Twitch as Fire, Water, and Fibre. Fibre spelled F-I-B-E-R. And I'm on Ravelry as wool-rat. I stream virtual knit night most Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/firewaterandfibre. I am now also on Twitter, talking primarily about computery hackery things.
Unless I'm pestering you.
Unless you're pestering me. Sometimes nitty things, but mostly hackery tech things, as Artemis_134. And I do hacky techy things on my website/blog, dianacarrier.com.
Woo! Look at you go.
Oh, and I made yet another Twitch channel for doing coding, hacking things. Can you tell I was inspired by DEF CON?
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
So my hacker Twitch channel is Artemis, but spelled in Leet speak.
Okay.
So it's 4R73M15. It makes more sense written down. I will link all of this in the show notes.
You've made a bunch of work for yourself, ma'am.
Yes, I have.
Works for me.
And with that, I think we are done.
We're done. So, hopefully everybody enjoyed what is another rambling, we recorded way too late podcast.
Yeah.
And until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
Saying no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.